What I want to do in this video is to explain the general definition of derivatives. Derivative is an instantaneous rate of change on a certain function or graph. Suppose we have f of x. And this is a graph of f of x. Before we find the instantaneous rate of change, I want to set a 2 points to find just a graph. Suppose this point is x, and the second point is x plus h. Then naturally, this y value must be f of x, and this point should be f of x plus h. And we know that slope is equal to change of y over change of x. And this again is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Here, x2 is x plus h, and x1 is just x. y2 is f of x plus h minus y1 is f of x. So we can cancel this x. So finally we get this function. However, our original goal is to find the instantaneous rate of change. In other words, we want to find the slope at certain points. At one point, suppose we want to find the slope of x. So what the mathematicians came up with to find the solution is to decrease this h value. Here is the h. As the h decreases, then this point should approaches to the x where we want to find the slope of it. So how can we write this? We can just simply put the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x minus f of x over h. And this is a definition of derivative. So let's do another example. Suppose we want to find the instantaneous rate of change of 3x squared. The graph should look something like this. Well, no. I'm so bad at graphing. Yeah, this is the function 3x squared. And we want to find the instantaneous rate of change at -1, -1, 0, and 1. So what we have to do is just find the derivative of this function. And how can we do this? Just simply put this function into the function we got previously. So let's do this. Whoop, okay. 3x plus h squared minus 3x squared. Right over h. And this should be limit before here. So let's do this here. This 2xh plus h squared minus 3x squared over h. And this again, 6xh plus 3h squared minus 3x squared over h. Then this 3x squared cancels out, and we get this function. However, we have one more step left. This is to factor the h out from this function. H, and this is goal. So as a result, we got a limit as h approaches 0, 6x plus 3h. When the h approaches 0, then simply we get 6h. So d over dx equals to 0. So, come back to the first, our goal, which is to find the instantaneous rate of this point. Now we have the derivative, which is 6x. What we have to do is just to plug these numbers into this derivative function. Let's do this. F prime negative 1 equals 6 times negative 1, which is negative 6. So the instantaneous rate of change, the slope at this point is negative 6. So the slope of this function should be negative 6. And here at 0, I'll write f prime of 0, 6 times 0, which is 0. I'll use the another color. So here, the slope is 0, and f x of x equals 1 is f prime 1 is 6 times 1, which is 6. So here, at this point, the slope of this point is 6. This was the general definition of derivatives and how to find the slope at certain point on the function.